Well, the Lions are shooting 31% from beyond the arc this season. Wagner, good in terms of defending it. Not there as Susie Raphew banks it in. Avliash spots up Fliss from the corner. And she's going to follow her own miss and lay it in to give her 5 points.
You know, that doesn't happen a lot. You don't see it a lot now in basketball, the following up their shot, but very nicely done by Fliss Henderson there. Follow up her missed three.
Foz looking to go coast to coast, and she will finish at the rim to cut the deficit to 4. But they're looking to establish their presence inside as the mid-range jumper off the mark for Foz, who's had some good looks throughout the early stages of this game, as Raphew, off the home run pass, continues to fill up her stat sheet with 7. As Foz goes inside to Montseor, and her length has been problematic for Columbia thus far. And Foz has been very aggressive, the sophomore out of Ontario, averaging nearly 4 boards per game, and that is drilled from the corner by Irene Fernandez de Calea, the senior out of Spain. Raphew, another beautiful feed, this time to Nasi Simmons off the bench, and she is putting on an absolute clinic. Foz pulls up, and there's Fernandez de Calea, and she scoops it home to pull Wagner within 1. Drawing the double from Page and Raphew, 7 on the shot clock, and the feed inside leads to an easy bucket for El Barki, the grad student out of Egypt. Played 15 minutes, made the most of it. Henderson dumps it across the lane to Page, and they now have 9 assists in this game. Weiss with 3 on the shot clock, gives it up to Henderson in the corner, and she is able to drain it as the shot clock was winding down. Henderson has 9. And now Wagner brings even in more size as Weiss puts up the contested jumper, and you can ring that up from downtown for her first bucket of the afternoon. Lions already with 11 assists in this game on 13 made field goals. The ball distribution has been fantastic. Weiss pulls up and connects. All of a sudden, Riley is up to 8. Wagner has not scored in over 6 minutes. They're 0 for 6 from the field during this stretch. And another takeaway by the Lions as Simmons gets in the passing lane. Weiss down low to Henderson, a 14-0 run for Columbia, and Henderson's got 13. So with 5 seconds to go, Riley and company will have a chance. Weiss pulls up and gets it to roll in right at the buzzer. The exclamation point to the first half from Riley Weiss, who gets in double figures with 10. And they've needed it with Kitty Henderson moving on as her sister goes to work, grabs her own miss, and gives herself a new career high with 15 points. Lions, though, still shooting over 60%, and Mia Broom looking to help the cause, a clear path and an easy basket. Her first 2 points of the afternoon. This has been a complete 180 from what we saw in the first quarter when they shot well over 50% and had 17 points. They've just put up 11 in the last 2 quarters as Broom goes behind the back and sets up Hilka for some maneuver, and that has the bench up on their feet. As we see Jada Johnson in, trying to break down the press. Aribola with the takeaway, feeds it to Broom, and Broom dials it up from long range. So Mia, who was quiet for the first half, now has 5. The Weiss and Avliash still in. Riley with the awkward left-handed bank shot, and I don't know if that was scripted or not, but she'll take it to give herself 16 points. As we see 12 turnovers in the second half for Wagner, and another bucket for Columbia. Blautor muscling her way inside, plus the foul. But it's been their defense doing all the heavy lifting. Broom leads Yama to the bucket, who gets the roll, plus the foul. Everybody entering this game is going to end up on the stat sheet. And speaking of Broom, she is going to deliver it inside to Mitchell for another and 1 opportunity as Mia Broom is up to 3 times.